Welcome back to Tailgate Sports Media, episode 38. We are back after a long, very much needed break.
It,
I'm Devin. This is my good friend Ray. This is the premiere
that's
podcast.
that's Conference USA champion Ray to you.
In the middle of the intro is wild. The premiere podcast
Talk.
for sports, mostly football, and of course, the most important part of sports, the tailgate. Back for episode 38. We
Yep.
are back into football season, football preseason, I should say. We got games happening right now, but it's preseason, so we don't care about them actually, except for one, and we're going to get into that. Um, Raymond, first, what are you drinking tonight?
Got me some black tea, orange spice.
Okay.
What's up?
Anything else in there?
A little bit of brown sugar.
Some brown sugar? Mhm.
Yep.
All good.
Yep.
Having a raspberry green tea myself.
Anything in there?
Raymond's drinking on the job again, all right?
All
He
right. So
don't.
here's all right. So here's the thing. There's not enough bourbon in here to matter.
Can you
I put a.
taste it?
I mean, there's like an aftertaste, but I put like this much brown sugar into a shot glass and then poured some whiskey over it. So it's really just sugar.
Damn, bro. You speed running diabetes.
It, look at how big this thing is.
It's a single coffee cup, dude. It's not that
It's a
big.
it's a pretty wide coffee. I don't know if the camera
Also,
could tell. It's pretty wide.
the the Labatt coffee cup is wild. Also,
Would you? Oh, because I'm giving away the sponsorship.
dude, we
Hey,
need. Hey, if you can get a sponsorship, let us know.
hey, if they give me a job here in a little bit, it's appropriate.
Um, as so, me and Raymond catching up. Obviously, like we don't talk every day, and we haven't been playing a lot of NCAA 27 against each other. Um, Conference USA champions. Go,
Hey,
go,
man,
eat.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm coming for that ass this year. I'm
Hey,
coming for that ass this year.
hey, man.
Tonight. It's happening tonight.
One of my
So
goals, one of my goals is to beat East Texas. It's gonna
my
happen.
goal is to be low and slow. So one of us ain't getting all their goals this year. I might not get any goals if I lose that game because mine are rough. Distracted. This ain't a video game
Yeah,
podcast.
I guess not.
Um, Hop right in. First of all, Peyton, not back yet. He's
Okay.
still off in the Amazon, trying to find a cure for leprosy. He's
Ligma
doing great work. We haven't, but he's just not back yet. He's very busy.
got distracted with the cure for Ligma. It- okay.
This light sensor has not worked once in the 3 years I've lived in this house. I've left that light on for weeks at a time by accident, and all of a sudden I got to record and the light sensor is on.
I
Thank
mean,
God I got the lamp.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you can still be seen. You just look like a conspiracy podcast now.
Oh, it might as well be. I got to look for it.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm just going to adjust this. I'm not going to stand up and fix this thing. Oh, God, it's too bright. Oh, no.
Yes,
That'll
but
do. My lower half will just be a little darker. That's all right.
fair
I'm
enough.
pale. I'm pale, brother.
All right. Do you want to start spreading conspiracies about Jerry Jones?
Oh, Jerry. Well, my current conspiracy is he's actually a vampire. If he lives another 20 years, he confirmed vampire.
Nice. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
That wasn't hard because I've already said that before. So now you know. Jerry Jones, confirmed vampire.
I dropped that down
Um,
to 15.
he's got that money. He'll make something happen. So let's get into our big topics. Let's first start with NFL. I'm kind of strangely more excited to talk about NFL just because there's been so much happening. I think the biggest news this offseason, Miles Garrett getting traded, going to the Rams. So now the Rams, a team that was already prepared to make a Super Bowl run, was already had a couple places they needed to pick up on, and then just had to overcome one team, the Seahawks, who were the eventual Super Bowl champions, pick up the best defensive player in the league. Not only did they pick up a lot of secondary help, they got some good players in the secondary to help them out, but they picked up Miles Garrett, and that has sparked the interest of a former Ram, retired Ram, I guess Ram forever, really. He's not former, he'll always be a Ram.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald has been seen hitting the field, training, trying to get back into game shape, seeing if he still has it. And the new video comes out every day of him working out.
I
I
was gonna say
legit think he is trying to see if he's physically able to go.
I wouldn't put it past him though to be doing it just for the sole reason of let me see if I still got it. Somebody said Miles Garrett went to the Rams. Everybody was like, "Well, let's bring Aaron Donald back," and he was like, "Ah, no." But let me see if I could.
But it's like, Raymond, if I was like, I don't think it's like, Raymond, I think you could probably cook like a great brisket on a flat top grill. I think you would make a wonderful brisket on a flat top grill. And you were just like, no. But let me see if I could. And then you saw that you could do it, you're going to do it, right?
Well, I think it's the difference between finding out I could do it and doing it all the time versus finding out I could do it and then like, well, now let me sell this. Like he may
Mm,
get to the end of it and go, okay, yeah, I am still in game shape. I am giving these rookies hell. This is fun. I'm gonna do this again next year. Not all right. Let me strap up for 16 weeks.
I think I think he's not going to waste his time if he finds out he can do it, if he's in shape. And I've heard a couple probably bad takes. People like, oh yeah, he's washed. He's not as good as he was. If he's the slightest bit down from where he was, he's still a top three, top five defensive tackle
I mean,
that's going to cause havoc.
if half of these videos that come out translate to the field, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Yes,
If
he's still
only
better than most of the
yeah,
linemen in the league.
if only to stick him on the opposite side and make the offensive line think about him, he'll be fine.
Yeah. Hey, which one of you is going to double block? Or okay, we're going to double block both. We got one guy left to handle the other two linemen. You're gonna have to leave a running back, bring in a tight end or something to stop both of them if they're both playing. You know Miles Garrett's going to be great.
Hmm.
If Aaron Donald's playing 80% of what he was, then he's going to be an issue. Um, I brought that up first. So I got the Rams as my Super Bowl favorite right now. As a Cowboys fan, that's you're not supposed to say that every year is
No,
our
not at
year,
all.
but
Yep.
but I do have the Rams as my Super Bowl favorite. I think that's if especially if Aaron Donald comes back, it's going to be hell to pay.
I've been slowly waking up as a Cowboys fan year over year. I think this is the year for us to say, barring some major improvement, we're not saying it. We're not saying it's our year. I mean, we never should be saying it's our year, but I think this is the time to say we're not.
The cow if the Cowboys can keep the offense going, which I think
Yeah,
they didn't lose any major pieces this offseason. And if they can get that defense serviceable, it doesn't have to be the world's greatest defense. It just has to be a defense.
yeah.
I think they I think they make a deep run. I'm not gonna say they win the Super Bowl because the Rams
I,
are gonna win the Super Bowl.
at this point, I'll take a deep run.
Yeah. Making it past the divisional would be insane.
Yeah.
I don't want to say make it to the divisional because what they'll do is they'll get the first seed and then they'll lose in the divisional round, a home game
Mhm.
against the worst team left in the
Yep.
playoffs. And like, okay,
Yep.
cool, that's great. Probably the 49ers for some reason. Um, yeah, so I brought up Miles Garrett, I brought up Aaron Donald first. The Rams are absolutely loaded. To get into our next question, Seahawks defending Super Bowl champions, they lose their running back, they lose Kenneth Walker. He is now with the Chiefs. He's getting paid. He's getting probably what he wanted. Remember, I think a lot of us forget Kenneth Walker was the backup for Seahawks last year. Um, when their guy went down, I'm blanking on names right now. I got long COVID. Sorry, I just do that sometimes. Um, do the
Should never take
Seahawks
that back.
have what it takes to run it back? You hear my
Now,
phone ring off?
oh, did not.
There we go. Brandon?
Now, I think the question to answer is, did the Seahawks win because they were that loaded, or did the Seahawks win because nobody saw them coming? And they were just, the scheme was just good because if it's the latter, then everybody just figured them out last year, and then we go back to Seahawks being competitive, but the Seahawks. And I guess even if it's the former, they just lost their running back. So I think the
As an
Seahawks are
offensive
just a big
coordinator,
question mark and offensive coordinator. I think the Seahawks are
that
just a big question mark.
you've got to get on the oatmeal cream pie first of all.
They're looking at
The little pop.
they're looking like the 49ers this year.
Mm, mm. I think losing the offensive coordinator is the biggest hit here.
I think so.
Did they keep everybody? No. The defense was great last year. They had damn near the best, if not the best defense in the league last year. Um, I was saying it during the playoff run. You know, the Patriots played all these really great defenses, but didn't play any decent offenses. The offense was good too, though. The offense was able to complement the defense very well. If the offense keeps up the production, they have a great chance for a deep run. Do I think they're going to beat this now loaded win now Seahawks team, or sorry, Rams team? That's rough. That is a big ask. And I don't think they can. Kind of spoiled that at the beginning of the podcast when I said the Rams are my Super Bowl pick.
Yep.
Um, I just think even if they keep up great momentum on the offensive side of the ball, this Rams defense is going to be so loaded, they're going to be absolutely insane and terrible to play against.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess per your predictions, Seahawks are out.
I guess with per my prediction, everybody's out.
Yeah, I guess so. Because who can you see beating a returning Aaron Donald?
Returning Aaron Donald paired with Miles Garrett, if Matthew Stafford's still playing at the level he played last year,
Yeah.
Matthew Matthew Stafford's getting old. He's getting old, but he was last year's MVP. Well-deserved MVP too. So it's going to be a big, and of course it's the NFL. Anything can happen when it comes like to injuries and stuff like that.
Yep.
Um, but a healthy Rams team, I don't. I mean, probably 14-3, maybe 15-2. You know, drop a couple games here and there, but it's the NFL, it happens, and then just make a devastating run through the playoffs.
So who's not gonna get it? Your boy Baker Mayfield.
I think Baker Mayfield is probably going to play one of the best years of his life, so that he can go get a contract with the other team because it sounds like he's done with the Bucks. It sounds like everybody's done with the Bucks now. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles over there.
They had their time. They had a
Shout out to my
they had a couple good years here, and they go back to sleep for a while.
yep, shout out to my boy, but goddamn, no one's beating the Rams. So getting into the QB battles that we are currently kind of waiting on.
Yeah.
Um, I don't have it on my list, but just to bring it up, Oakland first round, first pick takes for Fernando Mendoza.
Yep.
Um, you would think he's going to sit behind Kirk Cousins and pick up from the vet.
It'd be the smart move.
It would be smart. It would be the smart thing until the Raiders start the season 2-3, 2-4, 1-5, and then they go, all right, throw him in.
I would say let him. The smart move is to let him.
If he's got that dog in him, and I do think he does actually have that dog in him. It's a very polite
I mean,
Christian dog, but he's
dog
got
has
that
been
dog in him.
spotted. Dog has been spotted in and around Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, it could be very much be like a Baker Mayfield situation where he comes in, he gets the start a few weeks into the season, and he ends up getting wins and producing success, starts making things happen. And as
Yep.
long as that team isn't as dumb as the Browns and goes all in on him and protect him, they got a great shot. I'm not saying they have a great shot. There's a bunch of other things on it, but they addressed a lot of issues at the offensive line. They got Ashton Genty running the ball, which later towards the second half of the season, not even towards the whole second half, but kind of closer to the middle, just before the middle, he started playing great football. They got a couple of quarterbacks now that you know can get it done. Not you don't know Fernando Mendoza. I know Kirk Cousins can get it done, and I know that he can make a run.
I mean, it
If he's
depends
not
on
enough to make it run,
if it's Kirk Cousins or if it's Kirk with chains.
that's true.
Kirk Chance can get it done. Kirk Cousins got a couple of turnovers in there.
I don't understand how you're going to play. I keep saying Oakland too. It's Las Vegas now, so it could be if it was still Oakland, Kirk O'Chain's for sure. He's there. Yeah. So I keep saying Oakland. I mean to say Vegas. That's my bad. I'm a '90s kid.
I
Um,
mean, it is what it is. I just don't understand. Kansas City proved the method works. You get yourself a decent quarterback, you build the team, and then you let the young guy have the keys. The problem is all these teams get impatient when they start losing 2, 3 games, and the crowd's chanting, "We want Fernando," and they throw him to the wolves. Sit there and suck for a minute. You already have the future. Develop.
I'm going to answer that. I think I know the answer, but I'm going to just look up a quick fact real quick.
Yep. Oh, I didn't know we could snack on this podcast. Hold on.
Okay, so
Thanks.
I can answer this for you very easily because I just wanted to prove my point, make sure I had my facts right.
Hey, I appreciate
So
it.
Mahomes was the 10th overall pick. So he
Okay.
wasn't a first rounder. You know, those first three, four, five picks, everyone's like, this guy needs to make an immediate impact. 10th pick, you do expect a great player, but I don't think it gets as much hype. But the year that was Patrick Mahomes' rookie year, Alex Smith still took the Chiefs to the playoffs. They were AFC West champions. So they won the division with him sitting the bench.
All right.
So they had time, they had that patience. They're, hey, we're still making a playoff run. There's no reason to rush this.
Hey,
All these other teams, they go, they get the bad start. They win one out of 4 or 5 games, and they're like, okay, if we want to be successful now, we need to make a move. And it's the fan outroar. Fans are sitting there like, why are we losing games when we have the number one pick? Why are we when we have the best quarterback out of the draft? Um, it's the fans' fault.
yeah.
I'm blaming you, the fans, for not having any patience.
Hey, I'll be a man. Hand up. I had rose-colored glasses. I had rookie Kansas City Pat Mahomes. I had rose-colored glasses. I
Yep.
thought it was different than it was. But I
Yeah.
do
So
agree. It's the fans' fault.
so Fernando Mendoza's success as a Raider literally depends on how well Kirk Cousins does this year. It's a lot higher if Kirk Cousins does have a good year and he gets to sit there and absorb the play calling, the scheme, and all that stuff. I think he's a very intelligent player. I think he's a very like, hey, I'm gonna get this however it needs to be done. But having a year to pick up the NFL will be huge, right?
Yep.
Moving on to the QB battles that I was looking a little bit more forward to. Actually, I'm going to skip that one. I'm going to go straight to the Falcons. Technically, you got a battle going there. Michael Penix is rehabbing injury. Um, nothing has been. Kevin Stefanski has not said anything about who the starting quarterback will be because they picked up Tua after he was let go by the Dolphins.
Oh shit.
So,
Here we go. Anyway,
so you have the injury-prone Penix versus the more narrow banded injury type Tua. Um, Tua comes from a school of thought that Cam Scatterbo comes through from, but
exactly.
without the actual fortitude to hold up to it.
You dude got it in one. Got it in one. Cam
Well,
Scatterboo you.
yeah, he didn't realize he was following that. He because obviously he came first, didn't realize he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
following in Cam's footsteps.
It should
But
be
yeah,
it should be first team all Tua, but it's first team all Scatterboo.
100%. Um, so that's an interesting dynamic that's going to happen to the Falcons. I think Penix ends up getting it,
I
but
mean, that's the safer option.
probably. Um, Tua, even when he was healthy the last, year or so, he didn't play phenomenal. So
Well,
I
yeah,
think you'd
because
either
he's seeing fucking Looney Tunes out there running routes.
well, it's hard to play when there's 15 defenders on the field every time.
Exactly.
Yet four of them are wearing number 47.
Yeah,
But you know,
Daffy
it's
Duck
it is
is
what it
blowing the
is.
snap count. It's crazy out there for him.
Yeah. So I think that's a battle that Penix comes out on top for the I've said it three times now. Um, we'll save that one, go back to my original one. The Vikings quarterback battle. Settled for now. Kyler Murray getting the start. Um, I think that was a foregone conclusion. I don't think it really I I do think it was a battle, but I think everyone looked at who was fighting and was like, Kyler Murray's gonna get it. Um, Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. I think he gets dogged for being on a bad Cardinals team. I do think he's a good quarterback. Maybe not the best quarterback in the league, maybe not even top 10, 15, but I do think he's a good quarterback. I do think he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. So I think no one is surprised by this. Do I think Viking fans still want to go find another quarterback potentially at some point? Yes. Do I think they're happy with Kyler Murray starting? Also, yes.
I would, I would say so. I think it's going to get very loud if by week 3 he's not winning games.
See, that's such a hard thing to say because people are trying to like, and media outlets have to do it where they have to make drama out of like a nothing. Like, well, JJ McCarthy started 10 games last year and they won six of them. So he went 6-4. That's a winning record. True. Were they 6-4 because of his contributions on the field, or were they 6-4 despite his contributions on the field?
Yeah. Yeah, but I
I
mean
don't think
it circles back to what we were just saying. It's not a knock on JJ or on Kyler Murray or a boost to JJ McCarthy. Just the fans.
that's oh man.
I think it's the
Fans,
running theme.
I think, and this is for every fan base. I'm not singling out a single fan base. The
Yeah,
fans suck.
absolutely. Yeah, the fans suck.
To doing getting I like as I've gotten older, I've gotten like as much as I've always loved football, I've gotten more into following football, especially with the podcast. I've paid attention to stuff I've never paid attention to. The thing I've noticed the most, especially now going to like my like team games, like, oh man, I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
the UTSA game, I'm gonna go to the Oklahoma game. I'm like, damn, all the fans are stupid. It's all of us.
Mhm.
It was easy to remember the Texas fans yelling in my face at growing up, like, Tech, OU sucks. And I have to retort, you guys
Yep.
just lost. What happened? Then I go hang out with actual Oklahoma fans. And
I mean,
Oklahoma fans, now, I will give credit to Oklahoma fans. They are
oh,
some of the nicest people to go to a game to.
it's Oklahoma.
They are just as dumb.
I mean,
Go.
for you, perhaps.
Was that a fan thing or was that a
Hey, we
different
don't get,
commentary on the
we don't
culture?
have to we don't have to dig too deep into it.
Oh, I'm taking you to an Oklahoma game. You don't got to wear the jersey, but you got to go to an Oklahoma game with me.
Can we compromise and go to a Tulsa game?
No.
All
What
right.
the fuck? That one you might actually be in danger.
I'm, but we can go to the museum.
No,
UTSA,
wait.
UTSA Tulsa, you're not a fan? All right. Anyway,
It's so wild.
it wouldn't be the podcast if we didn't have one off-color commentary moment.
Bro, we're at three.
What was it? What were the other two?
We were talking about Conference USA championships that don't exist in real life.
I mean, that's not wild though.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. All right, my bad. Hand up. Hand up.
Yeah.
Wasn't actually wild. Off topic. You know what? That's right. You said
I
off
said
something. And I'm
off-color.
like, off color. There you go. Why
Oh.
you gotta keep up color? Why does everything have to be about color with you?
All right. Hey, hand up. Unintentional pun.
All right. That's the Vikings. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. We all agree on Kyler
Yep.
Murray. Um, here's probably the best QB battle, a battle of absolute bullshit. The Browns QB battle.
Yeah.
Browns have not announced a starter yet. Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders are both expected to play preseason games to determine who is going to be the starter. Hilarious.
Wild that Deshaun Watson is in this fight. Take Take the other shit out. It's wild that Deshaun Watson can't win this. Yeah, can't beat a second year quarterback.
After he got paid and after the accusations come out, he went to straight booty cheeks.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm, God, Raymond, you son of a bitch.
You said it.
This is a family-friendly podcast, you
It
motherfucker.
is, which is why I wasn't gonna. Well, all right. So I wasn't gonna. I wasn't gonna dig too deep into it.
It is wild that that is a QB battle that is happening. Deshaun Watson, the most overpaid quarterback in history, is going to have to fight for his starting job.
Yep.
Um, Shedeur Sanders, by all means, may end up being a starting QB. Not that the Browns couldn't have picked up somebody that I think is probably a way better starter. They just couldn't because they are still paying Deshaun Watson.
Well, yeah, and also they couldn't because it just looks worse for them if they go get another quarterback.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you, Coach Todd. Hope everything works out over there at the Browns, but I don't really. I hope you guys are terrible, always and forever.
Okay, I'm not worried about them. So you do whatever you need to do over there.
Baker for life.
Yeah, you know you're right. It is. It is. We right. It is a Baker household over here.
Yeah, it's a Baker household over here. You fucked up. Fucked up. Should have been Baker.
Baker got you guys
Getting in.
beer.
Say what?
Said Baker got you guys beer. Just ungrateful.
Yeah, you know what? What the? I think fans will always be grateful. The majority of the fans. There was a few ones like, oh, actually, this is a good move. And
Nah,
yeah,
because
shut up.
yeah, because I'm not giving. I'm not letting the fans off the hook. I think the fans came around when he won that Rams game. I don't think they were saying that before.
True. There was a lot of no. There were still some people like this was stupid. They, I saw a lot of posts,
All
people
right.
talking, "Hey, I've been a season ticket holder since I literally got these tickets as a child. I'm going to sell them because I'm not going to support this team if they're going for going after Deshaun Watson. That's bullshit." There was a lot of people who were like, "No, fuck this team." There's still a lot of people who, over time, are like, "Yeah, fuck this team," and the next year they're like, "Well, I miss football time to go back." They don't have to be happy about it. They're more loyal to the Browns than the Browns are to success.
Exactly. That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you
in
know,
summary, the fans suck.
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
A
Getting into some
different tone this time, but still suck.
Yeah. Different kind of suck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting to some actual football that we've seen, the preseason Hall of Fame game. The Hall of Fame game was phenomenal this year. I
Surprisingly so.
typically don't give two farts about the Hall of Fame game. Um, Tuned in about halfway. I was like, oh, this is competitive. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Went back, watched the whole thing. Phenomenal freaking game. Carson Beck balled out. Haynes King, superhero king, hail to the king, dude was insane. I think Carson Beck legitimately might be fighting for a starting spot right now. After that performance, he has a decent shot. I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go fight for this starting spot. And if the Cardinals, as we've said with the other teams, 4 or 5 weeks into the season, if the Cardinals aren't being successful, put in old Carson Beck
Yeah.
because he can't be any worse, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the assumption. Um, Haynes King, I said obviously before we recorded, but he after that game, I do think he really does have potential. I don't think he's going to start over Bryce Young in any any way
Okay.
really, outside of injury, of course. But I think what that game did is it probably has put him on the radar with other teams. I think a
Okay.
bunch of other teams saw that and was like, this guy has potential. I said before, um, the biggest thing that would stop him from being like just absolutely top notch is injuries and getting beat up. He's a very physical quarterback. He's a big guy. He throws his body into tackles and he bulldozes his way for scores. He's dealing with a hamstring injury right now as we speak. So he's got to stay healthy, but I think he's got a legitimate shot at finding a team that will take a chance on him. if it doesn't end up being the Panthers, which I don't think it is with Bryce Young being there.
My practice squad, backup quarterback, and just kind of coast for a little bit before he makes his move. But
I mean, I fuck practice squad. I'm trying to make some money.
hey,
Backup quarterback in the NFL is the best job in the world.
yeah, I'd say so.
You may not be, I mean, you're going to make millions of dollars, and you're probably not going to see much playing time.
Outside of practice.
You practice, yeah, you'll practice, but I mean, you wear that red little shirt and they know not to hit you.
Yeah, fair.
So, yeah,
I think you're right because it's that. And if it doesn't work out where you're at, you just make another team somewhere else. Because there's only so many people who could do it.
the only person that I can think of recently, I think messed that up is Cooper Rush. He left the Cowboys, went to the Ravens for a little bit more money, and now he's not on any team.
He had
So,
he had a moment that year, I think. Yeah, he had a moment here, but that was about it.
well, because he just did so well. Like, I think, longtime backups, they get so familiar with the system and so familiar with the players that it's easy for them to step in when they're
I
a
don't
long-term backup.
I don't think he did that bad with the Ravens though that year. Because I think Lamar went down that year and Cooper stepped in and he had like 2 games where he threw pretty good.
Not good enough because I don't think he's signed right now.
Probably not. I mean, Jerry will pick him up off the street eventually.
No, man, we got Joe Milton now. Joe Milton, Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, but he'll put him through the coaching tree.
It's true. That's true. Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh, Jerry's a
Hopefully, he's
good
back
rec-
to the coach
Jerry's a
and
good
not just play.
recycler.
That's true. Hey, remember when you used to play for us? What if you were our assistant quarterback coach and you do it at a discount?
Yep. Give me about 5 years, I'll make you a starting head coach, or I can make you a head coach in the league.
Have you ever seen these guys in the locker room? Sorry, I can't
Oh,
do Jerry that can't do that Jerry Jones segment because goddamn,
whoa.
we would be done for.
You
Um,
just
I,
segued Deshaun Watson into that?
yeah,
Outlandish
yeah.
behavior.
But that's all I got for NFL. A lot of interesting QB battles. Obviously, the big move by the Rams to pick up Miles
Yep.
Garrett. Great Hall of Fame game. If you haven't seen the Hall of Fame game, if you've only seen highlights, if you could find a way to like get like a condensed version of it or go watch it again, do it. It was a great game, especially for preseason football.
It
Phenomenal.
would it would not be on my radar if I hadn't heard you listen to the second half or watch the second half.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's happening. Um, if for the people watching the podcast, backup quarterback in the NFL, best job in the world. If you have a better idea for the best job in the world, could be any job, put it in the comments. Let us know what you think is a better job than backup quarterback in the NFL. And you better come with some sources or you better come with some facts. Because getting paid millions of dollars to watch football games from the sideline sounds great to me.
Backup
Moving
quarterback.
on, are into college football. We'll hit a couple of big things. College football, no, I hate getting into it like super, super early. Um, just because there's no preseason, there's no big stuff moving around besides transfer portal and injuries. Um, we don't really know anything until we're really a few weeks into the season.
You know
We'll
what?
touch on some big
I
stories though.
you know what? I've you know what? Do you want to do big story first? You want to do my bullshit first?
Hit me with your bullshit.
All right. Because I got this because I forgot about this and I was probably a better man forgetting about it. But you said not a lot of news, not a lot of news, and it reminded me. College football locker rooms. For the love of God, stop posting TikToks. Have you seen this shit?
What happened?
Oh my. So Texas did it. And this is why this year I will be refraining from talking shit about OU because Texas is in the locker room making we're progressive men, but let's be real. Making the sassiest TikToks of all time. And it's not just one dude. They're lining up and doing it in groups.
Mm.
Like my boy, sassiness aside, you got practice. Why are you filming a TikTok? So if your
All that
coach ain't
money.
go, yeah, if your coach ain't gonna say it, the person who paid you all that NIL ain't gonna say it. I gotta say, stop making TikToks, sassy or otherwise, and get to practice, please.
Oh, shit. All right. Just to be fair, my homework this week will be to go research and find some OU
Hey,
sassy
I was gonna
locker.
say, pray you don't see any OU ones.
I'm gonna go see some to see if it's just an everybody thing or if coach over there has got an issue, which I guess we're gonna get into it once we get to my big stories. So first things first, Lane Kiffin at LSU. Is it a year one miracle or is there work to be done? Um, I think LSU always has really good recruiting. They just have that name power. They're always going to pull guys. Supposedly, they have the entire state backing them up. Um, I don't see them. People, a lot of people are super high on this. Oh, Lane Kiffin's got to figure it out. Oh, Lane Kiffin's going to do this. Historically, I think it takes Lane Kiffin a couple years, if not more, just leveled up, if not more, to really get his programs going. Anything out there?
Is that
Nothing.
no, nothing, no.
Okay, so Lane Kiffin at LSU obviously left behind Ole Miss. Ole Miss made it to the semifinals last year. They were very motivated to play under Pete Golding. Um, I don't see how LSU or Lane Kiffin keeps being the world's biggest jackass in coaching. And if he's not just instantly successful, keeps a good culture going. Like, hey, we gave Lane Kiffin a chance. It wasn't successful the first year. He's actually a giant douchebag that keeps trying to have sex with sorority girls. Um, Maybe we move on. This was a bust. And then at that point, I don't know if he recovers. I don't see where else he could go from here, barring some other school has a collapse and they have to have, he's a good coach. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. He can get
And
success out of these programs.
well, I
I
mean, he
don't
could.
see it how he continues to make if he can make any more lateral moves that people are going to trust
Well,
him.
yeah, it's not going to be a lateral move if he leaves. He's got to start all over again. He's got to go back down. He's got to show everybody he can win again, and then he'll get another opportunity.
Yeah,
I mean, he's proven he
essentially.
could do this indefinitely.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The amount of fan bases that hate Lane Kiffin is hilarious.
I mean, he's stacking them like infinity stones.
That's true. That's true. Um, Lane Kiffin. Indiana, the Cinderella story from last year, undefeated, college football champions. Several players got drafted from the team. A team that was loaded up with transfers from FCS and Group of Five teams. A lot of their best players from the first year they were transferred over to bigger teams. Like, okay, yeah, we did great, but we're never going to get there here. And then the next year they just reloaded what they could, made another run at it. Perfect season. Do we think Indiana is still top-notch champion contenders, or was it lightning in a bottle and they got to restart?
I think until proven otherwise, we have to assume that they are because I mean they went undefeated is the thing. So even if they come back and they drop 2, 3 games, that's still somewhat playoff worthy. Depending on how the rest of the league shakes out.
Right. Um, I would say this: the amount of the players they are pulling in now are a step or two up from the players they have pulled in the last couple of years. People believe in Coach Signetti now. They know he's a great coach. I think he's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's a great coach that can win at the highest levels, even when he doesn't have a roster full of 4 and 5 star talent. He's now getting 4 star talent. I can't recall if he's got any 5 stars to come to the team, but he's definitely got 4 stars now. So he's loading up on talent. We know he can coach. I think and while he's still there, Indiana is a permanent fixture in college football, which is honestly great. It's always fun to see new teams rise up and until they just keep winning it year after year after year, and then you're sick and tired, and then they're villains. But
Yeah.
they have a few more years where I think they need to really worry about the villain arc.
Uh, I'm not so sure about that. I think we're in a place now as fans where it doesn't take long for you to get the villain tag. I think if he
I think
wins,
if they go back to back, they could probably be villain arc pretty quick.
yeah. I think back in the day, Bama got away with it for a long time just because they were that good and they were fun to watch. I think nowadays, if you win one and you're even like in the quarterfinals the next year, you're the villain.
Hmm. I would give them more credit. I would say after a back to back, if they're making a serious run for a third time in a row, I think that's when the villain starts to grow. Um, Anything else to add on Indiana running it back?
Uh, no, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how long, like if they don't win this year, how long the 4 and 5 stars still believe in Indiana. Like, is
Mm,
this is
I
this
mean,
gonna be is this gonna be an NIL ring chasing thing, or is this gonna be is because Signetti's proven?
I think that's a great point. I love that. I think, hey, revisit that in the off season. Don't forget that question. Um, I just quick quiz. Who is Indiana's arch rival in football?
Would be Nebraska?
Would be Purdue.
Why?
So the athletic director from Purdue, I was about to say Peru. Purdue comes out and says,
Peru
"Hey,
football?
Peru football, hey, World Cup run, baby."
Hold on now.
Um, Comes out and says, "Hey, we want players that want to win championships. If you're more interested in blah blah this and blah blah that, if you don't want to win championships, go to Indiana." He said
Hmm.
this a week ago, Raymond.
Hmm. I may not be a
So
well-versed man, but I think the
when
facts are off on that one.
if you had said that 2 years ago, it's like he hadn't watched 2 years of football, right? He's like
Nailed it.
he just
Yeah.
woke up from a coma. He's like, "Oh, I still got my job. Awesome. Indiana, they suck." It's like, "Oh, what? Oh no, that's terrible. That's horrific. Oh no." Um,
Fuck Indiana. It's Purdue all the. Hey, what?
so th- in basketball,
Like, like recently.
it was the basketball team, right? You keep saying they won, but it was the basketball team, right?
You talking? You talking?
Um,
You talking baseball?
Baseball, anything else. What does that have to do with me talking about football, right? Yeah, stupid. Bring it
Seven
down.
on
If
seven.
Indiana goes, if Indiana goes 2-10 this year, I expect him to get fired just for being a dumbass.
Yeah, on principle.
Not a big story, but I just wanted to bring it up while we were talking Indiana. Um, Getting into our next story, the drama queens of college football this offseason, Texas Tech.
Ah,
Texas Tech, what are they going to do at quarterback? They lost their starter. The guy that they brought in no longer allowed to play. Um, Peace be with the gamblers, by the way.
yeah, oh.
They're still up there. Um, so Texas Tech has a quarterback
Fucking
problem. I think the
lost
biggest.
two. I lost two of them.
Hey, what team are you going to cheer for this year?
I don't know, man. I might have the kiss of death.
You should cheer for the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Yeah, they were
Just
on the
sink the
chopping
whole
block.
league.
They were
Sink the
close.
whole league. Um, I think the biggest problem Texas Tech have right now is that I don't even think he's Cody Campbell. I think he's just a booster, right? Or is he
I
the
think
athletic director?
no, I think oh, he might be the athletic director. No, no, he's a booster.
He's just a booster. So he's out here talking all this shit, and he's trying to find people to come play. So first of all, we'll play Texas anywhere, anytime. We're not scared.
That got real quiet.
Doesn't work out. Keeps trying to schedule these games with other teams, but they all have to be neutral site. They all have to be this, blah, 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 one and done. And none of the other teams want it. All the other teams are like, okay, yeah, we'll do a home and home. Texas A&M told them no. Notre Dame told them no. All these teams are telling him no. Hey, we don't want to play you. We're not going to schedule you. And he's like, I don't understand why anybody wants to play us. And he's just sitting there running his mouth all day. They got all the money in the world now. They could really, really go crazy on NIL. I don't think it's going to help them if they don't get to play any big games to test their metal and see if they're actually made of anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to help them if they don't have a quarterback.
You're a little quiet, Raymond.
It's not going to help them if they don't have a quarterback.
That's the big problem, or that is a big problem, yeah. But it gets even harder when it feels like a booster is running the whole program because I don't hear anything from the athletic director. I don't hear anything from the coach. Just, oh my God, we got to do this. Um, OU fans are petrified because there's a real chance that his son ends up coming to Oklahoma, and everyone's like, oh fuck.
Well, like in a good way, or
The general consensus I got was the money would be nice, but we just don't want that at Oklahoma.
you
I
you don't
think we
want
got
you want that energy. Yeah.
yeah, we have a good culture for the most part. We got a pretty good culture. I think having another voice come in over the top of your head coach would be an issue. And Brick Venables is my guy, so shut the fuck up, Cody.
He's got that LeVar Ball energy.
Yep, big time, big time. Moving on to the next topic. Texas Tech sucks. All right, Raymond, this one's for you.
Oh boy.
Is this a make or break year for Texas football? Arch Manning is going to be a junior now.
Yeah.
He didn't go into the draft. He sticks around at Texas. They lost a few players. They picked up quite a few players. Um, Last year, they had flashes of being a great team, and then they would stumble against weak opponents. They played a close game at Ohio State. Played a very close game early in the season. They lose to Florida. They have very tight games against Kentucky and Mississippi State. So it's kind of like an inconsistency issue. Do you think this is the make or break year for them?
I would say yes, only in the sense that if they don't do something this year, it's over. I think at large they sit large like pretty much in that like Dallas Cowboys spot where whether if they win they're the best ever. If they lose, they'll cook up any number of excuse and go, it was injuries, we'll get them next year. It was, the play call will get them next year. I don't think it's ever going to be that Texas sucks. They'll find some reason why this this year was an outlier. But in terms of them being taken seriously in like the SEC and college football at large, yeah, this is the make or break year.
I like that take. I like that. Um, I feel like this has got to be it. Has to be the year where you can prove, hey, we've put a roster together. We've put the team together that we want. We're pulling in the recruits we want. We got the coach we want. We have to make a serious run this year. Um, a consistently good team. If this team plays consistently good, they got a great shot. If they're
Yeah,
wishy-washy,
I think that's the biggest reason why I'm saying that is because I have not seen a consistent team yet.
yeah. Um, so yeah, I think we're kind of on the same page. Like this is the year to prove that hey, like this is serious. You've got Texas's back. You did your rebuild. You got your coach. Now you can be the powerhouse that you were before. You just got to be consistent now. Um, on the other hand, Oklahoma. Oklahoma's got an elite defense last year. Um, they've lost a couple players from that defense, but for the most part, most of it is back. And this roster is just stacked top to bottom with great talent. They have great recruiting classes coming in. Um, but the offense, on the other hand, was lackluster at best. John Mateer takes that injury a couple weeks or 3 weeks before Texas. So people blamed a lot of his worst play on that hand not being fully healed. He kind of rushed to come back. Probably wasn't a great idea. So now you have John Mateer. He's healthy. He's fully healed. Um, Supposedly been hitting the workout room bigger and stronger than he was last year. Picked up a lot of offensive line guys. Is Oklahoma now, if this offense does come out and plays a lot better, if they play like they did the first half versus Alabama, is this team legitimate contenders now? I know this is hard for you to have an opinion on as a
Yeah,
certified hater,
I mean,
but I'm asking you to be a
we'll see.
sports journalist right now.
I'm gonna give you the most non-hater answer that I could think of, and it was my first answer in my head. I think OU and Texas are at the same place, but they got there from different directions. I think for both of them, this is the year to prove where we belong in the SEC and we and we can be competitive in the top 25. But I think where Texas' issue is inconsistency, I think OU has just gone through injuries and other bullshit to get to the same place.
I think Oklahoma has a lot more um, patience with Brent Venables and them getting set up because the defense has been proven, right? The
Yeah.
defense was elite. A lot of people are saying this is going to be the best defense in the league. I think they were the best defense in the league last year. Um, I think it's a top-notch defense again. Maybe not better, but I definitely don't think it's worse, right? It all comes down to the offensive side of the ball, but the program basically gets raised by Lincoln Riley, and then you have a bunch of injuries on offensive line that's constantly tearing through people. Um, Dylan Gabriel being hurt one year, just the year they go 6-6. The year he's healthy, they go 10-2. They have a great run. 6-6 again after he leaves. Um, when we really didn't have a quarterback situation under Jackson Arnold, he just didn't pan out, and not necessarily 100% his fault. The OU coaching hires at that point have been suspect. This is the year to get it all together or start proving that you can do it because they've been a lot. They finally have, I think, built some depth at on offense where they're not just like a single layer. Like great Oklahoma defense. The reason the Oklahoma defense is so great is because they have great players 2 rows back, right? The guy that's not starting the game is still a great player. Offense not so much the same, especially offensive line has always been an issue. Receiver has always been an issue, and the running game has just been horrendous. I think this is the year to prove that you're on the right track. I don't think it's a make or break year for them yet. I think we're not to that point yet. But prove the offense is on the right track. Similar results to last year, make it to a playoff, and I think they're pretty happy.
I think that might be the most homer way to say the right thing I've ever heard.
No, wrong. Fuck you.
All right. Now, let me ask you a third question.
Okay.
Do you think either team would be under as much pressure if they hadn't made the decision to move to the SEC?
Oh, I think, and this is gonna be a silly one. I think they might be under less pressure because they moved to the SEC.
Hmm.
Because now they have the convenient excuse of, oh yeah, but we're playing SEC teams.
Okay.
And you can get me in my rant about how the SEC has some of the best teams in the league, but overall the league is not just some absolute dominating powerhouse from top to bottom. There's plenty of teams in the bottom half of the SEC that aren't any better than teams anywhere else.
I get it. You're a big Vanderbilt guy.
Big Vandy guy. Um, I think with them being in the SEC though, and that being the perspective from a lot of fans, oh, especially from SEC fans, which circle jerk all the way around.
Eh,
They had less pressure, like, oh yeah, well we did really well, yeah, but we played in the SEC. Yeah, we did really well, we played in the SEC. Blah blah blah. It's bullshit that we didn't get this playoff spot. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I think the SEC might be the biggest safety blanket for fans of all time.
Yeah, I think missing the playoff from the Big 12, it'd be a way different situation. It'd be like
Ooh.
it's the Big 12. There's no reason why we're not winning out in the Big 12.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah. If Oklahoma and Texas were in the Big 12 and they just swept the board and their only loss was against each other, right?
Yeah.
At some point, I think they potentially cruise into the playoff as long as they're just kicking ass all the way through, right?
Yeah, but I guess with these same teams, if that was the case over the past couple of years, they would get exposed immediately in the playoff.
Yeah, 100% would if they weren't legit. But I think if they would be under less scrutiny overall.
I would agree.
All right. My final college football question, and then we'll get into our little tailgate portion here. James Franklin at Virginia Tech. I'm sure you haven't kept up with this at all.
Not can't say
So
it was on my
James Frank,
radar.
bad start at Penn State, gets fired halfway through the season after they lose to Northwestern. They lose to UCLA, they lose to Northwestern. They just have a terrible start to the season. He gets fired, ends up going and getting the job at Virginia Tech, and ends up pulling out almost the entire recruiting class from Penn State. So all those top-notch recruits that were going to go to Penn State, a ton of them flipped to Virginia Tech. I'll take the lead on this one.
Appreciate that.
Virginia Tech, I think, is making a bowl game this year, if not making a half-hearted run for the conference. I think Miami obviously runs the ACC right now, but Virginia Tech is going to be competitive in the next couple of years. I honestly am super excited about this move, taking a really high caliber coach and moving into a conference that doesn't get a lot of respect, is seen as one of the other conferences. You got the P2, and then you got the other two, and then you got the group of six. And one of those other two conferences that's kind of in between there. It's fun to see a good coach go to this conference and potentially make great runs through it. So I think that's a big thing I want to keep an eye on this year. I think that's going to be super exciting.
Hmm. Bit of a sleeper watch.
Bit of a sleeper watch. Some quick UFL news. The Birmingham Stallions and the Houston Gamblers, no more. Um, Houston hasn't had a good attendance in a while. Birmingham, the year before, there was a big push. Hey, we need to sell this many tickets. We need to get people out to these games. Let's prove that we want them. And then towards the end of the season, even with the playoffs on the line, people just weren't showing up, not in decent numbers. So Birmingham Stallions, one of the founders of the USFL leagues, uh, championship quality, championships under their belt. They are going to be no more. Uh, Ripley has been very honest about like, hey, I do want to bring these teams back. I would love to bring them back, but let's find something that works out in our cost. Smaller stadium, looks good on TV. We can get it packed, and it's not so expensive on our end. So, just the quick UFL news. Moving on, Raymond, do you want to play a game?
I don't know that I do. Got a bad record with games.
All right, Raymond, we're gonna play Deal or No Deal.
Oh boy.
We are going to find out. Let's find out what you're cooking first.
Okay.
Go ahead and pick your first box. Pick a number 1 through 7.
God damn it. Okay. Let's go with 5.
5. Raymond takes box number 5. Raymond, currently you have sausages.
Not terrible. Not terrible for a tailgate. All right. We're on the board.
All right, Raymond, you got sausages. There's 6 boxes left on the board. Anything you do you want to stay with sausages? Do you want to take a new box?
I'm only keeping one box.
You can go as long as you want, buddy. I'm not going to stop you. You tell me when you're done taking boxes. But once you take a box, you can't go back.
Damn. Okay. I see where we're at now. Let me get that 4 off of you.
Get that 4. So sausages are gone. Raymond, you got a pork shoulder.
Ooh, pork shoulder and sausages is not a bad. I got.
No, Raymond, you don't got sausages no more. Sausages are
Oh,
gone,
you said
buddy.
I
You
could
just
take
got
it.
a pork shoulder.
I only keep one. All right,
You're only
gotcha.
keeping one.
I got a whole. Ooh. Well, what's the best case scenario here?
Nobody knows.
Damn. Like, there's not like $1 million. It's not $1 million box I can pull.
I don't know, Raymond. I don't know.
I feel like this deal or no deal game is flawed. Uh, I gotta stay with pork shoulder. I got. I'm not
All right, Raymond. So you're staying with box number 4.
staying with box number 4.
Okay, so Raymond, you're cooking a pork shoulder.
Yeah.
You passed up on brisket,
Okay.
pork spare ribs,
Hmm.
chicken leg quarters,
Uh,
tofu steaks, or veggie burgers.
I think I came out pretty good here.
You think you came out?
Not
You
the
got middle of the pack. Not too
Yeah,
bad.
not the worst, but not the best.
All right, Raymond, you got the pork shoulder. Raymond, there's a second round to this game.
Oh, brother. All right. Still 1 through 7?
Pick a box 1 through 7.
Let me get a 2.
Raymond, you have the offset smoker.
Oh, not my favorite. Not my favorite, but I can't shit. I'm going for it. Give me Let me go back to 5. Give me 5.
Raymond passes on the offset smoker.
Going for that direct
Raymond, you
heat.
have the microwave.
Fuck out of here. Give me
The
7.
microwave. 7. Raymond passes on the microwave. Raymond now has the oven.
Not terrible. Not an offset smoker. This would be a lot easier if I knew it was on the board.
So we got 1, 2. Oh, sorry, we got 1, 3, 4, and 5.
I meant what's the
Oh,
range
excuse me,
between
6. Oh, I don't know, Raymond.
what's the range
I don't
between
know, Raymond.
microwave and offset smoker?
I don't know, Raymond.
Like, was offset smoker the top, or was like, did I just throw away 7 and 1? I don't know. Let me get a 3.
3. The propane grill.
Got it. I'm not a big propane guy, but I'm gonna have to stick with 3. Pork
I'm gonna
shoulder and
stick
a
with
propane.
3.
Yeah, I can't risk it again. Pork shoulder and a propane grill.
I need to hear a deal to lock it in.
Okay, cut a deal on propane grill.
So Raymond cooking the pork shoulder on the propane grill,
Yep.
passed up on the pellet smoker,
Mhm.
the charcoal grill,
What I was
and
looking
the
for.
air fryer.
I was looking for that charcoal, but I couldn't risk it. I wouldn't have had fun with the pellet smoker either. Damn, offset. I should have stayed with the offset. All right.
Offset was the one. Offset was the one.
What fresh hell do you have after this?
Raymond, I'm issuing you a challenge. Sometime before football season's over, I'm going to challenge you to cook a pork shoulder on a propane grill.
Fuck. Where am I get the fuck am I getting a propane grill?
I got access to a propane grill. I can help you out, buddy. I didn't put anything on the list that I couldn't get for you.
All right, man. I could have cooked sausages on a grill tomorrow.
You could have,
I could have
but
cooked
you're not.
sausage.
You're cooking
I,
a pork shoulder.
I could have cooked sausages in the air fryer in an hour.
Yeah, you could have.
All right, well,
Would they been good? Who knows?
probably not. I mean, they would have been all right.
Maybe they're not right.
If they were from Harmon's Barbecue, 102 South Main, Cibolo, Texas.
Hey man, until I start getting sponsorship money, you can't be throwing out ads. What the fuck?
Hey, I'm on here too. I can make calls. Give
No, you're
myself a
getting paid for this, remember?
no.
Yeah, you get a Dogecoin. We decided last time. You get one Dogecoin for every appearance now.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
I owe you a Dogecoin.
All right, I'm gonna gamble it on Kalshi.
Yeah, you can do that. Sure, do whatever you want with them. Raven, pork shoulder, propane grill. Anything
All
else you
right.
want to add to this week's episode?
Uh, no. Low and Slow's looking really good this year. Already 2-0. Got a couple good pickups in the offseason. Good transfer portal worked out really nice for us. I'm liking our run game. Defense is, hit or miss, but I think we could hold strong and make a good run this year. Back-to-back conference championships, I think, is a pretty safe goal for us.
Nice. Nice. So I'm going to stream that game. We're going to go downstairs. We're going to get these games going. Me and you meet up week 6, waiting for you to get your game in.
Oh,
We're going to go get to week 6, and it's going down right now.
perfectly
And
fine.
I'm going to stream it. I'm streaming it, and I'm going to post the link. I'm going to post the link down here.
Are you going to stream it now so people who watch this will see this after the fact?
Oh no, because we're going to go film it right now. I'm going to post this on Saturday, so after they watch this episode, they'll know. Oh, I just got to click this link,
They
and it's
just got
going
to
to.
go back and watch. Okay,
Yeah, it's happening.
it's perfectly fine with me.
Okay, all right.
Hell, I may sit down and figure out how to stream right now so you could have two perspectives.
Figure it out. It's easy.
Well, you just hit stream on your Xbox.
Yeah, and it automatically records it to Twitch.
Yeah, I have to figure out how to connect my computer to Twitch.
Sounds like a personal problem.
All right. Well,
Ladies
when
and
you're the
gentlemen,
conference,
thank you so.
when you're the conference champ, what
Yeah,
some problems are life
you
problems.
you've interrupted me during the intro with this bullshit. You interrupted me with the outro with this bullshit.
Hey,
All right,
this is what you get for throwing random quizzes at me.
bro. It wasn't a quiz. It's a challenge, and I expect you to follow through.
All right, no problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Episode 38 in the books. We are back. We're getting ready for football season. We won't be recording next week. We will be recording 2 weeks from now, getting prepared for the kickoffs. We'll give us our predictions and our picks for college and NFL football. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.